Welcome to day 1 of Respark, your 6-day desire reset. This is where everything begins. Today isn't about fixing anything. It's about understanding something critical. Why desire faded in the first place. If you're here, you know the heat, the hunger, the connection in your marriage has cooled. Sex may feel like a transaction. You may catch yourself wondering, when did you stop wanting me? And how did something that used to feel so effortless turn into work? That quiet ache isn't unique to you. Every long-term couple runs into this eventually. It's not proof that you married the wrong person or that you've grown to be incompatible. It's proof that your relationship has evolved and you may not have noticed it. Here's something I want you to understand. Every marriage fails. Maybe not in the legal sense, but in the idealistic sense. Fantasy eventually gives way to reality, and that's when real commitment begins. That's the kind of commitment that asks for growth, not comfort. So whether you're in full-blown crisis mode or just quietly frustrated by how flat things feel, you're in the right place. To begin, I want to talk to you about the roles or the jobs that sex has in a long-term relationship. It's got 3 of them, and they're all important. And also, I'm going to talk to you about why sex stops working the way it used to. Number 1, sex used to close the intimacy gap. In the beginning of a relationship, sex does a lot of heavy lifting. It bridges distances. It brings you closer. It fuels excitement. You're exploring each other. Everything feels risky, alive, and new. But as life stacks up, kids, careers, bills, sex tries to hand that job of staying close off to emotional connection, communication, shared experiences, shared purpose. If you keep forcing sex to carry all the weight of bridging closeness in your relationship, it collapses under that pressure. Relationships built only on chemistry burn hot, and they burn out. 2, sex helps you build a family and stability. As you move from lovers to partners or parents, sex often can become functional. You're building a life, maybe trying for kids, maybe just surviving, but that kind of sex is mechanical. It's duty, not desire. And when intimacy becomes a task, playfulness disappears. And without play, passion drives up. Number 3, and most important, sex is meant to be a playground. At its highest level, sex is about pleasure, connection for the sake of joy. It's where you rediscover each other, not because you should or because you're meeting a need, but because you want to. But when pressure replaces play, sex loses its freedom. We start using it for the wrong jobs, to manage stress, to check if we're okay, to check our confidence, or avoid hard conversations. Sex can't carry all that weight. It's not therapy. It's not a report card. It's not a stress ball. When it becomes a tool for reassurance, desire dies. Now, your relationship, above all else, needs stability. It is the foundation upon which you have a stable career or build a safe place for your children. So your relationship's highest priority is stability. That means if a threat to that stability comes from within, that threat has to be neutralized. And so we do something about it. That thing that we do to neutralize that stability, which is in this case is a desire discrepancy, is called a caregiver dynamic. And I'm going to talk to you about this and how most couples slip into this trap. A higher desire partner keeps reaching for that sexual connection, and a lower desire partner starts giving out of a sense of obligation. This works for a while. Needs are met, peace is kept, but underneath, resentment builds. The spark starts to dim. It's really hard to feel wanted when sex feels negotiated, and it's even harder to feel turned on when you're having sex to manage your partner's moods. This is how lovers become roommates. That's how desire flatlines. Before you know it, you're having sex to meet needs. As a lower desire partner, you feel like you have to. You hear other people around you talking about that you need to meet your partner's needs. So instead of being motivated to have sex by desire, you're now motivated by caregiving. So we have an important shift to make. Before you can reignite anything, the pressure has to lift off of your relationship. You have to stop trying to earn sex or force desire. Desire returns when it's safe to want again, when both partners feel free, not obligated. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you to make some very specific and actionable changes. But today's task is simple. It starts with a conversation. Have a real conversation about what it's been like to live inside of this tension. I've attached a workbook to this lesson. It's going to help you name where the resentment, the guilt, or the pressure have crept in. This is not meant to be a debate or a strategy session. It is a listening exercise. Your job is to hold space, not to fix, defend, or explain. Holding space means that you're listening to create connection. Before we continue, I want to do a quick review. The challenges in sex are natural responses to the development that you go through in a mature relationship. Sex starts off doing heavy lifting. It's meant to bring you closer, to build connection, but eventually it wants to hand that job off to other parts of the relationship. Almost nobody recognizes this change when it's happening. Sex wants to be that place of pressure-free, obligation-free playground. But over time, pressure and obligation kill that play. So desire starts to fade under that pressure and obligation. Today's goal was for you to have an honest conversation about how you got here. No fixing, just truth. Now, to finish up, mark this lesson as complete. And remember, you came here for a reason. Stay committed to the change that you came here for. I'll see you tomorrow.